Are you tired of all the spider books taking over the spec lists out there with all the hot comic books always being about Spider-Verse characters? Well then, this is the video for you as I tackle that topic in this week's Top 5 Not to Buy. Hi, I'm Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd, and we're back with another Top 5 Not to Buy. Before I get into today's video, I do want to thank the sponsor of this video, which is the Comic Corner. Comic Corner is doing something absolutely amazing that I've never seen done before, so I think this is really a cool, interesting opportunity to get a new key comic book. They're doing something called the Incentive Variant Series, and it just so happens that the first book in this series is going to be Moon Knight, City of the Dead #1. If you guys watched Moon Knight Season 1, you'll know the character of Layla Alfioli comes out in that series as the new Scarlet Scarab. And this issue of Moon Knight, City of the Dead #1 features her first appearance in comic books, and there's going to be a really cool opportunity to get a very limited cover for this comic book. The one in question is the Comic Corner Davey Go Incentive Variant Virgin Ratio comic. It's going to be a 1 in 5, and all you have to do to pick up one of these comic books is order a 5-pack of the Sabine Rich cover, which is also a really killer cover as well. So you'll get a 5-pack of that, and then you'll get one of the Davey Go 1 for 5 exclusive ratios. So the print run for this comic book is going to be determined by the number of orders for that Sabine Rich cover from Comic Corner. And even better, and I love this, when you get your comic book in July when it comes out, you're going to actually get the COA that has the print run listed on it from Comic Corner. That's transparency, and you know that's something that I appreciate. So if you want to take advantage of this and pick up the exclusive Virgin Ratio, all you have to do is go over and order that 5-pack at Comic Corner, and make sure you do that by June 5th at 12 o'clock Eastern midnight, which is going to be the deadline for FOC for that particular book, and then the book comes out July 19th. Remember that print run does get locked in at FOC, so make sure you go and get your orders in, because there will not be extra copies that's available, and this should be a pretty hot book having that major first appearance of Layla. So go get your copy of Moon Knight, City of the Dead #1 over at Comic Corner. All right, at number 5 on the Top 5 Not to Buy list, we're going to start off with ROM Space Knight #1. ROM is currently trending on the hot list because of some news that came out recently where ROM is being allowed to be reprinted by Marvel through a new partnership with Hasbro. So that's right, we're basically talking about a reprint happening in the form of an omnibus being collected and reprinted for ROM Space Knight, and that is all that's happening here so far. Now, of course, there could be future news coming. Maybe this deal is planting the seeds. There have been rumors of a ROM project in the works, like a ROM movie or something like that for a while, so it's possible they might want to dive back into comic books. But without that kind of announcement, I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities for you guys to pick up this comic book at a cheaper price a little bit further down the road. All right, at number 4, let's talk about Daredevil #9, which is the first appearance of Echo, or is it? It's one of those confusing ones where there's actually several comic books that people really need to pick up if you want all the Echo stuff, and this is because we know the Echo series is imminently coming to Disney+. However, Echo was not a very popular character in the Hawkeye series, and on top of that, we're actually receiving word that all episodes of Echo are slated to drop at once, which is an interesting sign. The theory I've seen behind that is that maybe they're dropping all the episodes at once because they know it won't be very good and it won't engage viewers week to week, where they might be more likely to binge watch the whole show at once. And then it also might result in a shorter press cycle or shorter negative press if it's not a very good show. That's on the pessimistic side, but either way, this is a character we've already seen make their MCU debut. They're not a very compelling character either necessarily. Like, I don't think there's a ton of Echo fans out there. And then here's the real reason that I would say this is a top 5 not to buy. There's been plenty of chances to pick up the first appearances of Echo for a long time now. This has been a spec book that people have looked at, and I think a lot of people are going to be viewing this as the time to sell the spec book, so there should be plenty of opportunities to grab a copy. A flooded market means lower prices. So that's why it's on my list. Speaking of a flooded market, how about The Adventures of Superman #500, which is our number 3 book on the list this week. So the reason why I would include this book is because this book was everywhere. I think I have like 4 copies of this still from my childhood collection. I think I have 2. I think I have the one I opened up and the one in the poly bag, right? So yeah, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's a book that you find pretty much everywhere. It's not a rare book by any stretch of the imagination. So basically this is being, I guess, fueled by a variant cover and some stuff going on in Action Comics and some nostalgia. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's a couple first appearances in this book, and if you like those characters, you've had plenty of chances to pick up these books for a while, and also you'll have plenty of chances in the future, because I really don't think this one's going to move the needle very much at all. and there's just not much reason to invest in it. That's just my opinion. All right, I can't wait to get to the next two on the list because these are Spider-Verse books, and I am getting sick and tired of Spider-Verse stuff for spec. I absolutely can't wait to watch the movie, but we've seen the shots. There's like a million spider characters in this movie. So let's talk about Spider-Man 2099 meets Spider-Man, which is a special issue where Spider-Man 2099, you guessed it, meets Spider-Man. There actually are a couple other first appearances in this. There's Spider-Man 2211 and Hobgoblin 2211. And that Spider-Man 2211 apparently is appearing in Spider-Verse as well. But anyways, again, I just think there's a million characters coming in that movie. Who's going to care? And then also the first meeting of these two characters, I can't be forced to bother about caring about that. I really can't. I'm sorry. I just think we're not letting these things age very well. Like, there's not many classic first meeting issues that really go for a crap ton of money anyway. So I just don't see a modern first meetup issue being a big deal. This sounds like fuel for people to want to flip this book, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. I'm basically saying don't fall for the bait. If you really care about this, say it with me now. Wait a couple of months and pick it up. Which brings us to our number one book, which is Vault of Spiders #1, which is the first appearance of like Web Slinger and Spider Bite, and those are two characters that are apparently appearing in the movie. Cool. I mean, just think about the list of characters that are spider related that people have to care about before you get to these characters. There's Spider-Man, there's Spider-Miles, there's Spider-Woman, there's Spider-Girl, there's Silk, there's Ghost Spider, there's Madam Web, Spider-UK, Spider-Punk, Spider-Man India, Boiled Spider-Man, Spider-Man Fricassee, Mashed Spider-Man, Florida Man Spider-Man, California Man Spider-Man, Texas Spider-Man, Yeehaw, Broiled Spider-Man, Spider-Man a la carte, that one weird Spider-Man that wears green, that one really weird Spider-Man from that Dan Aykroyd movie where he's actually turning into a real spider, Spider-Man Noir, and of course, Spider-Ham. Look, in all seriousness, there's just too many characters to sustain any kind of real interest here for a market that is very weak right now. I don't understand the logic behind pumping out how many people need to care about all these different characters. There's a few I understand, there's a lot I don't. And that's what lands at the #1 spot on my top 5 not to buy for this week. If you enjoyed the list, go ahead and head down to the comment section and let me know about that. If you hated the list, go ahead and head down to the comment section and let me know about that. I'd love to hear in both cases. And on the way down, consider becoming a channel member if you want to really support the channel, like all the awesome people you see on the screen right now. Until next time, I just want to thank you for watching this video and want to remind you, as always, hey. Read comics every day.